Hello again, friends. This is Alfred Einstein coming to you once again from the beautiful Specialized Pockets of Knowledge studios.
Hi. Hello.
More than any other skill you'll learn on your real estate journey, being able to establish the value of real property is singularly the most important. Whether you're just beginning or a seasoned pro, these tips will help you to become a more complete thinker with regard to property values. I hope you enjoy it. Remember, this is only one piece of a several-piece puzzle about how to establish value, but it'll get you moving in the right direction. Value really breaks down to an amount that a party is willing to pay for an item. Price too low, and one can't keep the item on the shelf. Price too high, and it'll stay on the shelf way too long. But value also has a competition component. For example, if you only had one tube of toothpaste on an island of dentists, you might be able to fetch a fortune for it.
I look like a nerdy hillbilly.
On the other hand, if you were in Alaska trying to sell snowballs, you couldn't expect too much activity. So in my mind, the first item to consider is the amount of competition or market conditions. We're looking for balance here. If the market is out of balance, some adjustments might have to be made. And I do discuss the adjustments necessary in depth, but it's in another and a much longer video. Normal or average amount of inventory. That's what we're looking for. Again, balance.
Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't.
So with balance, we get a market that's not leaning enough in either direction to give either party a significant advantage. Just as important as market conditions is the availability of what I like to call the perfect comp.
Try to visualize the buildings as a whole, try to see them in their natural state, in their totalitarianism, so to speak.
And I like to explain the perfect comp in this way. The perfect comp has the same exact number of square feet, the same model, it's built directly across the street from the subject property, and it was built just a few days either before or after, and sold just a few days before or after. Now, you're not going to find the perfect comp a lot. It just doesn't exist. So our job is to try to find other properties that are as closely comparable to that perfect comp as we can. So here are the 5 items you need to estimate the value of real estate. Number 1, current market active to pending ratio. This number expressed in a ratio will help you to price your properties correctly. This number will bring into focus the real activity within a subdivision and allow you to put a number on your property that will be among the most credible and defendable. For example, an active to pending ratio of 5-to-1 means that there's 5 active listings for every 1 pending listing. This market might suggest it's a little on the slow side. In the alternative, in today's wildly active markets, you might find an active to pending something like 0/5. 0 actives to 5 pendings. Now, what does this mean? In markets such as these, a lot of investors find themselves buying on the come. They pay more for the property, hoping that an increase in value will soon justify their rather shallow investment. I personally don't encourage buying on the come, but this is a story for another day.
Okay, this is interesting.
Number 2, the number of active listings. This is taking account of your direct competition. What you have to ask yourself, how long has the inventory been on the shelf? Number 3, the number of pending sales, days on market. How long did it take for the properties that are pending to sell? Too many days to sell could suggest an inventory or an interest rate problem. On the other hand, only a few days on the market before selling could mean quick sale with potentially increasing value and potentially stiff competition. If you don't mind, here's where I ask you to please activate the YouTube notifications by clicking the buttons below. Listen, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Number 4, current market closed sales. This is simply all the closed sales in a given subdivision over a specific period of time. The period of time you have to access in order to get the number of comps you need depends on the activity in the market. The shorter period of time you need to search, the more realistic your projections will be. If you, on the other hand, have to search 2 years worth of closed sales to get 3 good comps, you're most likely staring at a problem. Closed sales, however, are the most direct indicator of value of all the MLS computations. Bet you didn't know that. Number 5, subject property previous sale information. Notice I didn't use the words sales price. I purposely used sales information. There's so much more you can gain from the last sale of the subject property other than just the sales price. For instance, what's the identity of the seller? Were they an investor? Were they a bank? Was it an REO? Or was it an arm's length transaction? You see how simply varying the seller type can make you feel differently about the transaction, no? Maybe it's me. Well, that's it for today. Remember, you don't know what you don't know. Thank you for watching, and please help to improve our content by commenting in the section below. Remember to visit your local real estate investor club meetings. You'll learn a lot there. And until next time, this is Alfred Einstein signing off, wishing y'all a great week. More than any other skill you'll learn on your journey. On the other hand, if you were in Nebraska, in today's wildly active market, you might, Jesus, dependence. Man, okay. Sorry, making a mess here.